to talk about Unity 3D and combining Unity 3D with Visual Studio 2015 and how to debug your code. So the basic idea is Unity 3D is used to develop 2D and 3D games. So we are going to create a small scene. Basically we created uh, three folders in Unity 3D, which tells us we have three folders called scenes, scripts and sprites. Sprites are the animated objects that used to interact with each other in our game. Scripts are the C# scripts, like you can see on screen: print message, print percent or talker. So these are basically C# classes, and I added these classes in Visual Studio. And the scenes, this is basically the the scene which runs on screen. For example, you see there is a central camera which shows the view, and there are three sprites on this scene. So a ninja, a part of land, and a tree. The tree is basically an animation sprite. An animation is a combination of sprites. So this is how basically Unity 3D works. And now we want to debug Unity 3D code with our Visual Studio. So this is Visual Studio. I basically opened the project in Visual Studio 2015, and over here I basically removed the update method because we don't want to update any frame per second. So I basically, the first event that will be called is the start method. So over here we created a new class called talker. It inherits from mono behavior, and from the void, void means the method does not return any value. Some people call it a function. In C#, we call it a method. So start is a method which is parameterless, and in the body whatever code we write will be executed when the start method is called, and it is called first. So basically we created some default debugging code. We create an object position of the vector3 class, and then we call the position property in the transform class, and we assign the value. Then we assign the value 1 to x. By using the position of the object we can access the properties and methods. So we accessed the x property, and then by using the print method we will print the statement on screen. Over here you can see we loaded the project uh, by going to file, open. You can open the project of Unity. For example, if you go to file, open, and open project or solution, and then locate that Unity 3D project on your hard disk, open the Visual Studio solution file, and then you can create, you can modify the code over here. So basically what I'm going to do uh, is go over here to the debug, and over here I will use attach Unity debugger, and when I do that it will ask me uh, locate the project, the current projects running in the task. So I will select the unity.exe, and the name of the project will be shown. So I will basically uh, over here I will select this particular project first, Unity script, and it's the machine name and all that stuff. So I can see over here So now I'm going to place a breakpoint. A breakpoint is usually something like this. I place the breakpoint over here, so I want to track the internal sequence of steps and what's happening in the variables and what values the methods are returning. So all that analysis can be done by debugging. For example, just like white box testing, when we want to test a particular code, we use debugging to check if the output is working as expected. So I placed a break even point over here. Now I'll go to our game and I'll play this game, and basically we will play the scene. So a scene is a specific format in which it's going to work. So I will go over here to debug and I will select attach unity debugger. I will select the project and click OK. So now we can see the project is in running state, it's alert, and we'll go to unity and I'm going to run the game. So now you can see uh, the break even point is highlighted, and you can see that we can debug the unity code easily by pressing F8, which is step over. I can see the values right now of the position variable, and I can see the values. It's not initialized, so it's 0, and after passing this value, now we can see the values of position has been assigned with magnitude, normalized, square magnitude, and the XYZ with the static member. So you can do this, and when the value of x is, we assign a 1, so over here the value of x becomes 1, and we will finally print the line over here. Now you can see the line has been printed, and the print method is called it's I'm the best game object ever. So the print method has been executed successfully. So this is how you do debugging in Visual Studio with Unity 3D.